Thank you for coming to our session today for the virtual library tour. My name is Ashley Farrell. I'm one of the information specialists at UHN Library Service, and I'll be taking you through our virtual library today. But to begin our session today, what is library and information services? So we are a library that focuses on resources and services for Team UHN. So this includes clinicians, staff, researchers, teachers, and learners. If you fall under any of these buckets, we are here to help and support you. And with our resources, most of our resources are online and accessible from wherever you are through the virtual library, whether you are on a unit at one of the UHN sites or whether you're working remotely from home. And we also have services that we provide our clients of Team UHN. So we provide workshops such as the one conducting today and other educational content. We do our workshops. We have a schedule where we do live workshops, but we also have a number of recordings from past workshops that are available on our website as well. And then we also provide search assistance. So if you are looking for information on a clinical or a research topic, you can come to us and we can help you improve your search strategies, help you learn how to search better in databases, or we can even do the search for you as well and send you the results. So when I introduced myself, I said that I was an information specialist. And just to state what that is, information specialists are librarians. And the information specialists at our library specialize in health sciences. And so every department and program at UHN has one of us 7 information specialists assigned to them. And so your information specialist can help answer your research question, help you with your information needs. As I mentioned, we can teach you library and research related skills. So we can do one-on-one sessions, or we also do group sessions, and these can be tailored to whatever your interests and needs are. And as I mentioned on the last slide, we can also do literature searches for you, from finding you a couple of articles to doing something much more intensive, such as being part of a systematic review project. And we can also help you with your book and article requests. So if you think there's a certain book or a certain journal potentially we should have in our collection, we're happy to receive those requests as well. So in order to find and contact your information specialist, you can reach out to us through our general email address, UHNLibraries.ca, or a little bit further on in the presentation, I'll also show you our contact page where you can find your information specialist directly as well. So where do you find the virtual library? So the virtual library can be easily accessed through our URL, UHNLibraries.ca. I also want to mention, in case there's anyone here from West Park in the audience, that we are working on integrating West Park's resources and providing access to our resources to our West Park clients. And so you can find access to West Park through UHNLibraries.ca, and we have a specific West Park page there. I'll also mention that there are some resources for West Park that you will need to access through the hub, which I will show you as well on our library page. So now I'm going to go live onto our website so that I can give you a tour of what our page looks like. So this is our homepage for UHNLibraries.ca. Again, if you want to find us, you can just type in that URL here, and you'll be brought to our page. So for most people at UHN, this is the main homepage you're going to use. But again, as I mentioned, if you are from West Park, you're going to go up to the top toolbar here where it says for West Park. And if I click on it, it's going to bring you to the West Park guide, where there is information where if you want to request services or training or contact the specific information specialist for West Park, that information is here. The information specialist for West Park is Katinka English. And then there's also information here about how you can access resources. So most UHN virtual library resources are accessible to West Park staff, but there are some here where you will, such as the CPS, ProQuest Nursing and Allied Health Up to Date, etc., where you will need to access through the hub. So there's information here about how to get access to the hub, and please reach out to the help desk at West Park if you're having any issues with getting access to any of these resources. So the next thing I want to talk about is how do you contact us? Because if I leave you with nothing else today, it should be how to get in contact with us if you need help after this session. So again, I'm going to go back to the library page, and I'm going to click on Virtual Library in order to get back to the home page. And then from the home page here, in order to access our contact information, go over to the left-hand side of the screen to Quick Links. And under Quick Links, there is a contact page here. And so we have our general library email address listed here. We have the phone numbers for our physical locations that you can call to contact us. Or as I mentioned, all our information specialists are listed here on the right-hand side. So if, for example, you work for Peter Monk Cardiac Center, you'd be one of my clients, so you can reach out to me directly if you need any sort of assistance. Or if you are working at Toronto Rehab, University or Bickle, you would reach out to Cynthia. If you don't see your department or program on this list, that's when you can reach out to our general library email address and figure out who your information specialist is in order to get help and support. Another way I'll also mention that you can contact us is that we have a chat service. So there's a little chat with us button here, but you'll notice that if I go back to our home page by clicking on home on the toolbar here, that there is this little pop-up button that should come up when you come onto the home page. And so normally from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., there is always someone who is on our chat service. And so normally this would come up and it would prompt you, and you can enter in your name, your email, and what your question is, and then you can speak live to a member of the library staff who can help you with your information request. And again, that's normally has a library staff on our chat service from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. So that is another way that you can get into contact with us. Or if you are looking for a specific kind of request, for example, if you want to request a literature search, you can also go to our services tab up here in the toolbar and go to literature search request. And this is going to bring you to our literature search request form, where it's a form that's going to prompt you to fill out some contact information, some information regarding your search request, what you're looking for. You can select your program or department here, and then it'll be automatically forwarded to the information specialist from that department, who will get back to you and will be able to help you with your literature search. So that is an easy way to request a literature search. Or also under the services tab here, we also have an option for purchase suggestion. So this is where you can go if, for example, you think that there's a really great book that we're missing that should be in our collection, you can send those suggestions here, and then we can see whether it's something we can purchase and incorporate in our collection. So that form is right here for you for suggesting purchases. And then if I go back to the home page, so again, going to the toolbar and clicking on home, then if I go back under quick links, if you are looking for a specific article or a request a book, this is where I would suggest going. So this is an article or book request form for materials that we don't have available at UHN. So if, for example, you're trying to find in a full text of an article and it's saying that's not available through UHN, you can request it here by, again, filling out some contact information, what the item is when you need it, and then our document delivery specialist will take a look to see if they can find a copy of it or a copy of a book from another library. So just because we don't have something immediately in our collection doesn't mean that we might not be able to get it for you. So I'm going to exit out of this form here. And now I'm going to talk a bit about what is available on our library page. So going back to the home page here, we do have some resources up here in the toolbar. So for example, if you want to watch recordings of other past workshops, you can go to our workshop tab here. If you are working on a research project, I would suggest checking out the tabs for research toolbox for information on stuff such as types of literature reviews, information about open access, etc., or the publication cycle. This is will take you through the entire publication process and talk about the different aspects when it comes to writing and publishing a manuscript. So I won't get into those any more than that today because it's a very short session, but please feel free to take a look at the resources on those tabs. And then down in the middle of the page, this is where we have some of our specific resources. So our featured database section has the most popular and well-used databases. So databases such as Medline, CINAHL, Embase, PubMed. These are all places that you would go if you're looking to look for journal articles and other research materials, if you want to conduct a comprehensive search in order to find evidence for a topic. So take a look at those resources, again, if you're looking for journal articles. We also have a clinical tools section here. So the clinical tools are great for finding quick summarized information at the point of care. So instead of reading through individual journal articles, you can just find information very quickly. So I'll highlight BMJ Best Practice, which is a great resource to look up information on diseases and conditions. It'll give you summarized information about diagnosis, treatment, case studies, history, everything like that. I'll also mention that BMJ Best Practice has now been integrated into Epic as well. So you can access BMJ Best Practice right from Epic. And it works very similarly to other point of care resources if you've ever used UpToDate or anything like that. It's a very comparable resource. And then we also have drug resources such as LexiDrug, which is great for finding drug monographs or checking for drug interactions, and also the CPS, another great drug resource that's Canadian too. And if you want to, we also have more clinical tools that you can also explore by clicking on the More Clinical Tools button here. So the next thing I'll quickly cover is how do you find things? And so probably the easiest way in order to find things on our website, if you want to find some quick information, if you're looking to start your research, looking for a few articles to get going, I would suggest going to UHN OneSearch, which is the search box right in the middle of our page. And so it's basically Google for our library website. So it searches across all of our databases, our journals, ebooks, etc. So it works best if you type in just a few keywords. So if I was searching for, say, preventing post-concussion syndrome, I would type in something like that into the search box, click on search. And then it's quickly going to search across our collection and provide me with resources on this topic. You can use the side here in order to filter things down. If, for example, you were looking for, you can say, I just want to look at journals, or I just want to look at ebooks. You can specify those kinds of things. And then you can often access the full text from here. If you want to learn more about UHN OneSearch, we do have a video on it. So if I go back to the home page here, how to use UHN OneSearch, there's a quick video, it's under 2 minutes. So you can always reference that after today as well. But yeah, UHN OneSearch is what I would recommend if you just want to get started and to find some information on our website. The other thing I'll mention when it comes to finding information is if you're looking for information about our library specifically, under quick links, we do have a help and FAQ page here. So if I go to quick links to help and FAQ on the left-hand side, some of our most commonly asked questions are here, such as how do we find full text of articles? Do we have access to UHN? How can I access library resources at U of T? So you can take a look here as well to see if maybe your question has already been asked and answered. If not, you can always submit a question or you can always contact us from this page as well. And I know we are coming to the end. So one of the last things I'll mention is that we also, along with having our virtual library, we also have physical library locations too. To find our physical library locations, I'll direct you toward quick links again on the left-hand side. So we have our hours and locations located under quick links. And so we have 5 different physical library sites that you can use for studying, for a quiet space, using computers, taking out books, etc. So we have all of our locations listed here, the hours of operation, so the hours that the libraries are staffed and what dates. So for example, Toronto General is staffed from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. But we also have information regarding when you can access the libraries, because some of the libraries have 24-hour UHN badge access and some have more limited hours as well. So please take a look on this page to see when you can get access to library or when you can receive in-person library support if you happen to be on site. So that is the end of our quick tour today. Yes, if anyone has any questions and would like to stay, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming.